welcome to the feedback for the quiz for C4.1.4. So we're talking about the noble gases here. So question 1 asks, which of these is not a correct way to refer to the group 0 elements? So we don't refer to them as light gases. That's incorrect. Half of you managed to get that right. So you can call them group A, you can call them inert gases because they don't react, and they are sometimes called the noble gases. Right, question 2. What happens to boiling points of group 0 elements go down the group and why? So everybody managed to spot correctly that the boiling point increase as you go down the group, but the difference is that one of these answers talks about attractive forces between atoms and one talks about them between molecules. Now in group 7, when we did group 7, they were between molecules because they're all diatomic, so they're like Br2Cl2. But group 0, they're all individual atoms. So the correct answer here has to be talking about attractive forces between the atoms. So it's the second one there. Question 3, why are all the group 0 elements gases? So over half of you managed to get this right. So the correct answer is that they're single atoms with weak forces between the atoms. The second answer, which one of you put, was talking about weak intermolecular forces. We can't have weak forces between molecules because there aren't any molecules in this. They're all just individual atoms, so it can't be that. The third answer talks about weak covalent bonds. So there's two problems with this. First of all, there are no covalent bonds because they're all individual atoms, so there's no covalent bonds between them. And secondly, even if we were talking about group 7, which does have covalent bonds within that molecule, when elements turn into gases, so from liquid to gas, they're evaporating. If there's covalent bonds there, it's not the covalent bonds that are being broken, it's the forces between the particles. So between the molecules in the case of group 7 and between the atoms in the case of group 0. And some of you talked about the unreactivity, but chemical reactivity has got nothing to do with the physical properties. So we need to keep those two separate. Right, question 4, most of you answered this correct. So why are all group 0 elements all unreactive? So the person who got it wrong said that the outer shells all have the same number of electrons in the outer shell. That's true. And that explains why they all have similar chemical reactivity. But in terms of what explains why they don't react is because the outer shells are full. And remember, when elements are reacting, they're trying to get a full outer shell, either by losing or gaining electrons. So because they've already got a full outer shell, they don't react. Last question was very well answered. So only one of you got this wrong. So which group 0 element is used in weather balloons? Is helium. If you're the person who got that wrong, then just go back and have a look at your notes. It's just a question of, there's not any understanding here, it's just a question of learning the facts. So just go back and have a look at them. Okay, thank you for listening. See you on the next video.